Hey guys, oh my god, I've come back even more annoying than before. Got my energy drink. What's up everybody? I'm back from Europe. I'm back with the get ready with me, and literally this is just gonna be, I don't know, like Europe story times, Europe experience, like breaking everything down, because I feel like I have stories for you, I have lessons for you. I'm getting ready because I have to film some content for Princess Polly, and I also just have to go get my nails done from Steph, so it's just, we're just doing that. Sorry if the lighting is not the best. I've just got you working with the daylight at the moment. Have a bit of light.
Bluetooth mode connected.
So we'll get a bit of extra light maybe. Oh, it's as bright as it goes, so that's awkward. Such a shitty light. Let's just get into it. Let's stop being stupid. So I'm back from Europe. I've literally just recovered from jet lag. I got back from Europe 1 week ago today. I've just recovered from jet lag. I've just recovered from having basically strep throat, I think. I literally had swollen glands, so sore to swallow. Like, I thought I had glandular again. And I was like, what the fuck? Like headachy, like everything. So I got on penicillin. I hate taking medicine, but I will say sometimes that shit does work, unfortunately. I just like don't want to take it. Like I just want to, like, I don't want to take it. I don't know. I'm back. I'm not as tan. Like, guys, I swear I am a little bit tanned. Definitely while I was there, like while I was in Croatia, I would say I was like my most tan, but then all of like Italy and, well, I mean, actually Italy I was pretty tanned as well because just walking around, but I only really sunbaked in Greece and Croatia, but nothing in Italy and Sweden, so like all my tan started like wearing off, but like I'm still got some color. Like I do have tan lines, I can't show you guys obviously, but I'm definitely darker at the end of an Australian summer. But I think if I was only in Europe for 3.5 weeks, and I was only tanning for like a week and a half of that, so I feel like if I was in Europe for 8 weeks or like 10 weeks, like how everyone else was, I would have come back like nice and bronze, but I wasn't there for long enough. So I mean, I didn't just go to Europe to get tan, but it would have been bloody nice. But I think it did start off my body a little bit with some color for hopefully Melbourne spring, if it wants to warm up at any fucking point, because it is so like gloomy right now. Typical Melbourne to be like this though, right? I'm gonna do like kind of lighter makeup. I can't be bothered doing foundation. Literally every day in Europe I was wearing foundation. My skin was great in Europe too, I will say. Just like the European sun and the food you eat and just like all the walking around, like I just feel like that lifestyle is really healthy. Like it felt really healthy at least. And yeah, now I'm back and I'm like, oh, can I be bothered doing a full face? Because at least like in Europe I'll do a full face of makeup. Like yeah, it was hot. Like obviously some days in Greece I didn't do full face, like I did it at night, but like you just be walking around looking like a baddie 24/7, and like that was like the ideal thing for me. Like I wish I had an excuse to do that in Melbourne, but it's like, it's not like you have things to do every day here like how you do in Europe. Like every day we were doing shit because we're obviously only there for a short amount of time. I feel like if I was there for like 8 weeks or even 6 weeks, like there'd be days where we did nothing, so I wouldn't be like slaying it up every single day. But like, I don't know, you're just walking around like a cute outfit with your makeup done every day, and it just feels like, and it's just fun, new things to experience every day. It just feels like the ideal life, and it really inspired me to like want to come back and work more so I can save more money, so then I can do that again. Like I can do it like once a year, because it just is so much fun. And like just being in different countries, like you just realize how different everyone lives, and it's like every country has its own aesthetic. It's like every single country is a different Pinterest board, and it just has its own vibe. Like the way the buildings look, the color palette, like the color palette of every country is just so different. And like honestly, loved it. Like I had so much fun. But yeah, so now when I'm back home I'm like, oh girl. But it's also kind of inspired me as well to like do things with my life. I mean, of course as soon as I came back I was sick, so I like low-key couldn't do anything yet. I bought this in Italy. It's by the brand W. I know it's like W something, I don't know, Skin Idol. Like, but it inspired me that like there's so much you can do in a day. Like 3.5 weeks in Europe literally felt like 2 months. Like it felt like ages. When I came home I was like not even used to being home, so it really inspired me to like just do more with my day. Like okay, in winter it's kind of hard, but it also isn't. Like when you're not sick because I was like sick and I've been like, what the fuck. But I feel like when you're not sick as well, there's so much that can be done with your day if you just get up early. Like I was never sleeping in Europe at all. Like we were up early and we were out till late and like just doing stuff. And I don't know, it also inspired me in terms of like party vibes. Like they've got such a party culture versus I'm very much like, I'm only gonna go out if it's like to a rave or like to a friend's birthday. But like it's kind of inspired me like, you know what, just fucking go out for no reason and just have fun. Like you're young, like just get lit. Like it hasn't, okay mom, if you're watching this, it's not like it's inspired me to go and be like a crazy person, but like I don't know, they just have such a way of life over there where they're just like, I feel like they're having fun all the time. Even when they're working, they're like all having fun. Well, where I was anyway. I don't know, it was just kind of inspiring. Even like when we were in Croatia, we were in Dubrovnik, and like the place we went, like the place we were going to buy our groceries, like the guy working, he just seemed so happy. But also like the weather's so warm and bright and sunny, it's like how can you be in a bad mood? But the way even they work like in retail, like all their shops are like outside the, like where we went wasn't like a big shopping center mall, so it's like it's not even like depressing even when those people are working in like their retail jobs. Like here, like you're inside a freaking shopping center and you can't even see the light of day. There it's like you can like go walk outside for a second and see the sun if you want. Like it just seems like such a fun way to live. I don't know. Anyway, let's break everything down. So obviously we flew and we had that like ridiculous 10-hour stopover. So we flew from Melbourne to Abu Dhabi and then we had like this really long stopover, which actually wasn't that bad in the end. We did pay to go and be in like the lounge. I'm honestly glad we did. Like 10 hours in like the main airport would have felt like forever, but in the lounge it went by pretty fast, which is why I think that we all think it wasn't that bad, but I reckon it would have been that bad if it wasn't for that lounge. And then we had our flight to Athens. As soon as we got off the, I think we slept on the Athens flight a little bit. As soon as we got off that Athens flight, bro, the sun hit us. It was so freaking hot. I was not ready for that. I think that might be something I would do different, is like, because I'm coming from freezing cold Melbourne, I feel like I would have done what I feel like a lot of other people do, which is like they start in the UK or like other countries that aren't as hot and kind of work their way up. Like a lot of people end in Greece, and I feel like that would have been kind of the smart thing to do, especially in terms of building up like my tan and like that kind of instant, because like we literally started in the hottest freaking country. I was like, girl, what the hell? So the first day, like you guys, if you've seen my vlogs, you know, like we chilled in Athens or whatever, and then we did like sightseeing the next day. Then we, now I'll explain Mykonos, Eos, and Santorini because that got cut out of my, like, so I accidentally deleted that vlog and it's literally fucking gone. I don't have it saved anywhere. No, I'm an idiot. Just, I'm very stupid about the way I do things, okay? So just keep that in mind. Anyway, so we were in Athens, obviously saw the Athens vlog, and then we got a 5-hour ferry, which we're never gonna do. I would never do that again. I would only do speed ferries. There's literally speed ferries that get you places in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Why would we do a 5-hour slow one? I don't know. And then we were in Mykonos and we stayed at this really, really nice resort that had like a pool. We did Mediterra holidays. If you want to check out Mediterra holidays, they do different packages like in Greece. I think they do Turkey as well. They do like different packages where like you literally have like where you're staying and like all your transfers organized for you. It was really, really good. We've got to give them a good review because we had a really good experience with them. Anyway, so in Mykonos, the first night we just kind of like, we went out to the town, but we went to the old town of Mykonos, which is where like, I think there's more locals there rather than like all like the tourists and stuff, because like we were just like around, there were so many Greeks and like Greek, and literally like it was so funny. Like I feel like the local Greek girls hate tourists because we were copping greasies, like we were copping greasies left, right, and center. It was so funny. But we just like walked around that whole night. I think we went into like a couple bars. One was fun and they played like fun like old you know, club 2010s music, but then they started playing Michael Jackson and I was like, no, I need to leave because I am such a music snob. Like if I don't like the music, I need to get out. Like I can't have fun if I really don't like it. Like I can have fun to lots of different types of music, but if it like cringes me, like I need to go. Like I wish I wasn't like that, but like I'm sorry, I'm not fucking dancing to Michael Jackson. Like in like the situation I was in, like if I was at a house party, yes, but like I was in like a clubbing outfit with like platform shoes. By the way, I bought like these thong heels from Spenless Shoes. Worst decision ever. I literally threw them out the first night while I was out and bought a pair of shoes and I was just walking around because they were like so freaking uncomfortable. Anyways, then we went into this bar and like the lady like basically said like you can't stay there unless you buy a drink, and like we were not in the mood to drink, so we were like what the fuck, and we left. I feel like the people who have seen the vlog, it's like gonna be so funny for you because like I think it had like 1,000 and something views at the time, so like 1,000 people have seen this like mysterious vlog that's just disappeared off the face of the earth. I'm so pissed off about it. Like, I deleted like a version of it that was like failed to upload, and apparently that was actually it. Somehow there was like a glitch. It's fucking YouTube's fault. They should back up your videos. I don't care. What if there was criminal evidence in that? Anyway, I feel like I'm fucking up this wing because I'm like not concentrating. Hold on, let me just lock in for a second. Okay, so then the next day we had booked this thing ages in advance called the Mykonos boat party. And bro, this just reminded me of, like, before we went on it, it reminded me of my schoolies experience. Remember how I said that, like, by the end of schoolies, I was so over the word party because it was like, party, party, party. Because all these fucking parties were fake, and it made me get the ick of the word party and, like, the idea of, like, going to a party. That's what I was experiencing, like, when we were going to go to this Mykonos boat party. Because, like, the line of people that looked like they were going to get in, it just did not look like the vibe. It just looked like we had literally joined, like, a homeschool camp. Guys, I feel like I'm, like, so confused right now. Hold on. I feel like I'm, like, doing this so cooked. You know what it is? I've never seen my face so clear of any other mascara and eyeliner, so, like, I'm, like, confused. Because normally I have, like, all this leftover fucking mascara. I feel like I did those wings so cooked, but anyways, whatever. So we're lining up and I'm like, girl, what is this? Like, I thought, like, this is, like, what are these people? We met this, like, Asian dude, this Korean guy, actually. I had taken a photo of him earlier, like, just in Mykonos. He asked me to take a photo of him, and then we saw him in the line. He goes, oh my god, like, I'll get you girls into VIP. Like, I've been to this thing, like, 2 times. But very broken English. That's one thing to note about this boat party. No one spoke, like, the same language. And if they did speak English, it was so broken. I think that's what made it so fun. It was literally, like, so many people on a boat that were just from everywhere. Like, oh my god, ow, motherfucker. Sorry, I'm PMSing. We had the best time, I feel like, because of that very, like, reason. Anyway, he got us to sit in this section where it was, like, near the VIP. It wasn't actually the VIP. Okay. So we're sitting, like, me and the girls were feeling awkward. Like, the start of the boat party, like, the boat starts riding off and, like, they're playing music. It was very much like Afrobeat meets reggae meets a little bit of house and techno. Like, that was the vibe. And we're near this section where it's, like, closed off VIP, like, with a rope. So obviously people have paid to, like, be in this section. And these 2 ladies come in that look about 45, 50. They look like they're from Real Housewives. And they come in with this really, really short guy. And then, like, this guy that's opening the VIP says to one of the ladies, oh, did you bring your kid with you? She goes, that's my partner, whatever. And it was so freaking funny. But both of these ladies, but definitely one of them was, I'm going to say the term, I don't know what term to say because some of you are really young. But she was on something, let's just say. She was off her face on something. She was acting crazy the whole party. Like, and she was, like, the oldest person there. She was, like, she literally looked like she was from the Real Housewives. She was, like, ooh, like, being, like, a psycho. Like, she was on some stuff. And, like, the whole party, she was dancing crazy and hugging people. And it was hilarious to me. Like, good, you know what? Go get him, girl. Enjoy your life. But it was just funny. It was giving, like, I don't know, like, literally, like, rich, you know. Anyway. So, we weren't in the VIP yet. We met this girl, Doa. She was a really, really cute Italian girl. That was, like, our first experience of meeting someone who couldn't speak English that well. Like, that's what made the party so funny. And, like, everyone in Europe speaks English. But we happened to get on this boat where, like, most people spoke, their English was very, very, like small amount. So anyway, she got pulled into the VIP by this guy. Anyways, we're in the VIP and we see these, like, 2 guys down the end. And, like, I literally thought they were both gay at the time. And I literally thought, because one of them was old and one of them was young. And I literally said to my friend, like, oh my god, like, that's so definitely, like a gay older guy. And he's, like, little boyfriend. Like, we literally said that about them. Anyway, we're chilling, whatever. They're, like, in the corner drinking in the VIP section. They look at us and point to us and tell us to go to them. And we're like, oh my god, like, we're about to party with these guys. Like, we literally thought, because one of them was dancing, like, ooh, and, like, I literally thought, like, he's, like, this sick, like, older gay guy, like, oh my god, we're gonna have so much fun dancing with him. No, they weren't gay. Well, apparently he wasn't gay, that guy, but there was 2 of them. One was, like, I want to, like, describe their appearance, but I also don't want to, not that I'm gonna give away who they are. But, like, know that one of them looked like his name was Miguel, and he was a fashion designer in France. They were French, by the way. They were French and Brazilian. And the other one was giving, like, he was literally a model. Like, literally a model. But they both couldn't speak very good English, so we were, like, struggling with them. Me, Sienna, and Georgie trying to understand what they were saying, and they were using Google Translate. But we were having, like, literally the best time with them. But the older guy, we're going to call him Miguel, even though that's not his name. He was like off his face drunk. He got on top of the boat and was like dancing, and he dropped his drink and it spilled all over us, all over our clothes. And this was, I think, the breaking point for him. You know when someone like gets too drunk that they start being like acting depressed? I think he like got into his feelings and like thought to himself, what am I doing with my life? Because he went from like having heaps of fun and like being really drunk. Like he made us make him another drink even though he was on the boat literally falling. To like there'd be points where we'd turn around, he'd be sitting down like this and just like staring. We made it called the Miguel pose, but we said it was his actual name, but that's the Miguel pose. Like, but it's actually like you've got one leg up and you're like this. That's the Miguel pose. Like he kept doing that and we were freaking pissing ourselves. Then there was Mr. Jeff. Now that's a real name. Mr. Jeff was the Mykonos boat party like MC. If you literally look up Mr. Jeff, he has an Instagram. He was going off, man. He was like freaking twerking and getting girls to twerk on him. Like not me or anything, but like, you know. And he was just having like the time of his life. He was the MC, but you can tell like he loves his job because he gets to party with people all the time. Bro, we could not understand what anybody was saying. There was like this guy who was straight, who his friends encouraged him to kiss this other guy on the lips, and he acted like, this is why I say straight, because I feel like if you're a straight guy and your friends are telling you to kiss another guy on the lips, like it would take a lot of convincing, like a lot of do it bro, come on, fuck it. It would take a lot. But like I swear one person told him to do it and then he did it. He like was like, oh fine, and he kissed him and he's like, oh my god. And then his mates were like, what the fuck? And then the gay guy that he kissed was like looking at him like this after like he was like, this guy was up dancing on the thing like after they'd done it. And the gay guy was down here. He was like short, this is a short king, and he looked kind of like Ronnie from Jersey Shore, like imagine like a buff. He was looking up at the guy like, and we're like, girl, you need to calm down. But then I was like, you know what? You should be looking at him like that because this guy is not straight. Like, it was just cooked. Like, there was just cooked things happening left, right, and center. And then when we told him that his friends had a kiss, and they were like, what the hell? And that's why I was like, this guy isn't straight, okay? Because, like, I feel like no straight... I mean, maybe a straight guy would do that, but, like, dude, it would take a lot of convincing. It was just, like, the most effed up situation. I was like, wait, what is happening? And then the guy was, like, being in love with him. And I was like, oh, my God, it was so freaking goofy. That's just, like, an idea to get you, like, give you an idea of like the kind of crazy shit. I mean, to me that was crazy because like I feel like you wouldn't see that in Australia. But yeah, there was like, I don't think there was any other Aussies on that boat except for us, and we were literally having the best time. The MC giving like Australia, and like we would all dance like, oh, he's like, I love Australia. Oh my god, so fun. Like we literally loved that so much. Then we went home that night and then we got changed and we went to this club called Tropicana in Mykonos, which is literally just all Italians. Like it's all Italians. I was literally playing Italian music. And like Italian guys are crazy. Like we walked in and they were just all over us, like grabbing our hair, like it was just like, I've never experienced something like that before. I think that's just how they are in Europe though. They're a little bit more like touchy and like involved. Do you know what I mean? Like I never really felt scared for my safety though, but it just felt like that was the vibes of like how they do things. Like, and it was just fucking crazy. Anyway. So then we went to that club or whatever, and like Miguel was there, and Miguel was acting like he was having so much fun, but then Miguel would randomly sit and be depressed again. I don't know, Miguel was just like the funniest person to me. We like always stalk his Instagram now because he's just so funny. We left the club and then the next day we went to Eos. Now we didn't realize what we're getting ourselves into with Eos. Eos is like the funnest Greek island, I swear to God, that exists. So we stayed at Far Out Beach Club Resort. Far Out Beach Club, I didn't realize is a club. I had no idea what we were doing. Like I had no concept of anything on this trip because I just like didn't use my brain like once. So we were staying at Far Out Beach Club and they have like their little resort, and then they also had next door like a club pool freaking thing that they get all these massive DJs at, like literally massive DJs. Steve Aoki, Will Sparks, like big names they have there. And so the night we went, it was meant to be Malpi. We're like, oh my God, let's buy tickets. The girls at first were like unsure, but I'm like, guys, let's just do it. Like it's the first thing that's going to be actual techno. And Malpi's the guy that plays drugs in Amsterdam. He's that guy. He ended up cancelling, and then some other guy called Morden came, which we still had so much fun with Morden. Dude, when I tell you we got lit, we were dancing on tables. Like they party different in Greece and more things are acceptable than here. So we were literally dancing on tables the whole night. We had so much fun. The next day we tried to go back. So we went to the beach that time. You have to like pay to sit on the beach. And when we were sitting on the beach, we had the Malpi wristbands, we had taken them off, and one was like on the floor where our things were. And then one of the guys, all the workers by the way in Greece are just good looking people, good looking men and women, like everyone, like even like the freaking police officers at the Athens airport were all good looking. So we were sitting on the beach chairs, and then the worker like comes up and he's picking up our stuff, and then Sienna's like, oh my God, my neck is killing me, whatever. And he goes, your neck? And we're like, what the fuck? He's like, just relax. And he told Sienna to relax, and we just thought it was the funniest thing. Anyway, he's picking up our shit, and then he picks up the wristband and he looks at it and he goes, Malpi. And then he just walks off, and we pissed ourselves laughing because like, why the fuck are you reading out the wristband? But so then we kept quoting him like, Malpi, your neck, just relax. Like we just kept saying that over and over again. Anyway, so then we tried to go to Far Out Beach Club again that night, but it was kind of dead. So then we went out into like the city, like the main, like going out area of Eos, which by the way is all Aussies. And we just spent the whole night walking around, walking into different clubs and bars. And like looking back now, I regret not staying out really late. I feel like we could have sent it, but like we weren't thinking ahead, and I didn't go into Europe thinking about going out and clubbing, so like I wasn't really like having the intention of doing that. But looking back now, like Greece was the party place, so like we should have gone out more. Anyway, not even like gone out more, but like actually gone out and stayed out, because I didn't realize how chill like Croatia and Italy were going to be for us otherwise. Like Greece was probably the best party place. Anyway, the next day was going to be Joel Fletcher, and like we were like, oh my god, we would love to see Joel Fletcher. Like Joel Fletcher was like the shit when we were in high school, like younger high school. So we decided to extend our stay in Eos and have one less day in Santorini, because I think we were meant to have 4 days in Santorini or some shit, or 3.5. So we decided to extend Eos, and we stayed for one more day. We had so much fun at Joel Fletcher the next day. We were dancing on the tables the whole night. We ended up meeting Joel Fletcher, like, and taking a photo with him. Like, we had so much fun. And then whatever, we went to Santorini and we were like, oh my god, like we're sad to leave Eos, but whatever. So we go to Santorini the next day. When we're in Santorini, I get like a confirmation about our flight to Croatia. And I'm looking at the flight and it's saying like that we're gonna arrive on the 24th. And I was like, what the hell? Like, girls, like, is this right, the correct date? Like, whatever. They're like, no, we're meant to be there the 23rd. So then I start freaking out because I'm like, what the fuck, did our flight attendant fuck us up? Because we had like a cook flight attendant, not a flight attendant, sorry, flight attendant guy. Like, he just kept like, we just like weren't happy with his performance, right? And when we looked up his reviews on Google, he had all really bad reviews. So that's probably why. Anyway, I'm like, no way, he stuffed me up, this and that. We start freaking out. No, we check our flights. So we're meant, our Airbnb in Croatia is like on the, starting from the 23rd. We're meant to be like, we have already transfers booked and stuff. And we're like freaking out. We're like, why do our flights say a different day? So then we had to wait until the next morning. And I went to the front and I had to call Etihad Airlines, be like, hey, like, why does our flight say this day? She's like, no, yeah, that's your flight. Your flight's on the 24th. I was like, what the fudge? This is not right. Like, we don't have any accommodation. Like, this shouldn't be the 24th. So we went and we were able to contact our flight agent, and he told us, well, yeah, look, your flights have been changed, but sorry, they didn't tell us. Like, I'm like, oh my god, because we were cursing him, we were really mad at our flight agent. But he goes, like, they didn't tell us, like, you know, there's been a cancellation. Like, oh my god, like, your original flight, because it was meant to be 2 flights, like your second flight's still there, but like your first flight isn't. Like, and we're like, what the hell? Like, we're freaking out. But then we're like, you know what, this is a sign, let's go back to Eos, because Restricted was going to play on the 23rd, and we really wanted to go back to Eos, and I really wanted to see Restricted. So we're like, this is a sign. We're going to set up the most cooked thing. We're going to check out of our hotel on the same day we're meant to check out on the 23rd. We're going to get a ferry to Eos. We're going to party in Eos, then we're going to get a 1 a.m, the latest ferry can get back, a 1 a.m. ferry back, to then go and catch I think like a 6 a.m. flight from Santorini to Athens. So we needed to be back in Santorini. So we organized, we left. I, by the way, got my period that morning, but anyways, I was able to thug it out. We checked out at 11 a.m. we had a late check because we were meant to get like a leave Friday at like 3 a.m. because we had like a 5 or 6 a.m. flight. Like, that was how it was meant to work out. So we were still going to keep that 5 or 6 a.m. but now for the next day. Like, are you following? So we checked out still. We were like, if we spend another day in Santorini, it's going to cost the same as if we were as if we were just to go to Eos. Like, it literally was going to work out the same, everything we were going to do. So we're like, all right, we leave our Santorini accommodation. With our bags, we can leave our bags there. The guy let us leave our bags there. We got a taxi. We went to like the nearest post office, which was like in like the town. Like, it looked like where people actually live in Santorini, which was pretty cool to see that. I filmed all of it, but it's all fucking gone. Anyway, and we went and we dropped off our stuff at the post office, and then we came back and we got the bus, and we like took all of our shit on the bus, like my fucking massive suitcase, to the ferry port. At the ferry port, we got our bags locked up there. So all we had on us was literally our outfits that we were going to wear to Eos. So like, I was wearing like a tiny fucking crochet outfit. Oh, my nose is running. A tiny crochet outfit. We lock our bags up at this dodgy place, which we didn't trust them because these guys kept like coming and like talking to us, and we're like, and it wasn't even like locked in. They were just like, yeah, no one's going to come get your bags. Like, it was really weird. We paid like 35 euro. Like, it was weird. Anyway, we get on our ferry. We did our makeup, by the way, like on the bus, and like we touched it up on the ferry, and like we get to EOS and we're like, bro, we're back. And the whole thing is like, we'd like made friends with the workers and the bartenders and we told them we were all leaving. So we're hoping that they remember we were leaving so we could come back and surprise them. But we kept Nikki like, imagine they don't give a fuck. And I think we just went back to our room at the Far Out Beach Club because we've been here so many days now. Anyway, so we get on our ferry, we get to EOS, we get on a Far Out bus. We find a Far Out Beach Club bus somehow from the ferry port. And we get off it early because I'm like, I don't want to get to Far Out Beach Club right, like it's too early. So then we get off at like this shop and we get some drinks. We end up meeting this Australian guy and we like befriend him. Then we walk down to Far Out Beach Club and it's like still early. So we're just like chilling and drinking. We go to our bartenders, we're back to our bartenders. We think we're the main characters. And we just get litty. We like sit by the pool and then I don't know what happens, but it just ends up being like a lit night. Like Restricted was amazing. It was a proper hard tech. We had the best time. We were dancing with these guys. They were like dancing like in Azia dances. Like if you're familiar with like the DJ community, like think about how Azia dances. Like that's how they were dancing. It was so fun. And then we got invited back to Restricted's house. Okay, we got invited back to Restricted's house with like other people. Like there was girls there, don't worry mom if you're watching. He hasn't got a girl, he's got a girlfriend, so it wasn't like weird or anything. And we like was chilling and drinking and then we were like, all right, we need to get back to the ferry port. Our ferry's at 1 AM, like we can't miss this ferry. So we like run out of like where he was staying. We run down to the road, we get on this bus, we try to get on the bus. The bus driver's like not letting anyone else on. I don't fucking know why he kicked us off. We get on like a random taxi with like a bunch of other random people. We all had to put in money for the taxi to take us because he didn't want to take us. Then we went and got souvlaki. Sienna had to make sure we got like souvlaki. That girl wanted her souvlaki, girl. And then we got another freaking taxi to the ferry and we make it to the 1 AM ferry. Okay, we're on the ferry. We're so freaking tired. We're falling asleep. We get back to the port, the Santorini port. We get our bags and we have a transfer already there waiting for us because there was meant to be a 3 AM transfer anyway that was organized for us with that company. We got our ferry to meet, our transfer to meet us and he takes us to the airport. Okay, wait, I gotta pee. Wait, give me a second. I'm like sweating as well, guys, because I'm like yapping so much. Can you guys understand why I was so upset about losing the Greek islands vlogs? Because all this shit happened in the vlogs. So we get to the airport. We're there too early. The airport isn't open. I've never heard of an airport not being open. But anyways, we're at the Santorini airport. And we get on our flight to Athens. Okay, we make it to Athens. We're at Athens airport for like 3 hours. We're chilling. We're sitting down, whatever. It gets to 20 minutes before our flight. We're literally boarding our flight. And Georgie stands up. Oh my God, where's my passport? What do you mean, where's your passport? Where's my passport? Oh my God, it's not in my bag. I'm thinking, okay. People normally say this when like their passport's actually there. Like, you know, when you think you lost your phone, but it's just there, but like you haven't looked properly. No, her passport was gone. What the fuck? We're about to get on our flight to Croatia. No fucking way your passport's fucking gone. Like with your boarding pass, like what the fuck? I'm like, all right, I need to go. I need to go find, what's it called? Fucking, you know, lost and found. So then I'm like to Sienna and Georgie, I'm gonna go find lost and found. I go out the airport. They're not helpful at all. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I already know airport staff are already rude, but like Athens airport was not fucking helpful at all. They treat you like a piece of shit. I was sent fucking like a 20-minute walk. I had to literally leave the airport to try and find lost and found, which by the way, I couldn't even fucking find it. I tried to come back in. This guy who like looked like the guy from Scary Movie, the one with the little hand, it looked exactly like him. He wouldn't let me back in the airport. He was like, no, you can't come back in, you have to go back in through the front through security. I'm like, I don't have anything on me. Like, I'm meant to be catching a flight in 20 minutes. Here's my boarding pass. Like, I was sent out here. Like, I was told to come out here to look at my friend's passport. No, you can't come back in. No, this is crazy. I don't know. I'm like, let me fucking back in, bro. Like, I haven't done anything. Like, I literally just went to where the police were. Then they had to get this special lady out to come and talk to me to look at my boarding pass. They explained the whole fucking story to let me back in. And they finally let me back in. I go back in, I'm telling Sienna and Georgie they have to go out to the police. I'm like, be careful, they're not gonna fucking let you back in. So then I go back to where like we're supposed to be boarding and I explain the situation. I'm like, can you wait for us? I'm like, he's like, we need to board right now. I'm like, all right, well, can you just get our suitcase, like get our bags off the plane? So they get our bags off the flight. Fuck, we've lost our flight to Croatia. At this point, I'm just in go mode because like, I think what happened to me on the Europe trip as well, like, because at one point we like missed a ferry and stuff. Like I was just so chill. And like, I'm never normally like this. So I don't know if like something happened to me over there, but I was like taking on like situations and just dealing with them instead of like freaking out. At this point, Georgie and Sin have gone to the police. Like Georgie was crying or whatever. Like it seemed like it would have been really fucked up for them. Like I'm glad I was away from that because I'm really bad under pressure when it comes to like people like in situations like that. Like if someone hurts themselves, like I'm really bad under that pressure. For me, I'm better in crisis to literally be alone. Like I can't. Once I'm around other people, I freak out. So I think it was better that I was like dealing with other things. And then they wouldn't let Georgie and that back in. They wouldn't let them in it because Georgie didn't have a passport or a boarding pass, so she literally couldn't get back into the airport. So she just absolutely hit the fucking fan. The police were not being, no one was helpful. Like it was fucked. So Georgie basically decided like, listen, like we've already missed, now we're going to miss a second day, like 2 days of accommodation in Croatia. You two still go, like I don't know how long I'm going to be here. It's a Saturday, like the embassy isn't open. So I was like unsure about what to do, but like Georgie wanted us to still go, and I don't fucking know, but she spoke to her dad and he said, get a hotel, wait at the hotel, go to the embassy, like I don't know. So we ended up still going to Croatia. We were able to find flights that weren't till like 15 hours later. So me and Sienna ended up being up until we got to Croatia for like 30 hours. It was fucked. Like I've never felt so tired to the point where I was literally in pain for being tired. It was really cooked. Georgia got a hotel room and she just stayed in Athens for Saturday and Sunday. And then first thing Monday morning, she went to the embassy and they ended up giving her a passport that was ready in fucking 3 hours. I don't even know how it's physically possible to have that happen. But she had her passport ready and got on a flight the next day and was back in Croatia. And then that's where you see her rejoin us in the Croatia vlogs. And yeah, then we did Croatia. Croatia was really fun. It was different. I wish that we did Split and Hvar, the more party vibes. Like Dubrovnik was pretty chill, which I think is good, but like you need a little bit of both. But I really loved the weather in Croatia. Like the weather was so warm. The UV wasn't crazy high like in Greece, so you could actually like kind of survive. And it was just like, yeah, Croatia was just really, really beautiful. That's like the one thing I remember at Croatia. It was very beautiful. Italy was so much fun. I didn't expect to have as much fun in Italy as I did. But Italian people are just so the vibe because they talk to you. Like in Croatia, no one gave a fuck about us being there. Like they literally didn't care. But like, because like in Greece, like all the locals as well as other tourists, like they're obsessed with you. They talk to you. Like it's so much fun. Like everyone laughs. In Croatia, they couldn't give us a shit, which is just so on brand for Croatians. I'm half Croatian, like it's so on brand. Sometimes you need that humbling. And then in Italy, like once again, all the locals are like obsessed with you and they talk to you and like, oh my god, it was just so much fun. We had so much fun. And then I went to Sweden with Olivia and Sweden was very chill. It was very quiet. Looking like if something I could change, I feel like maybe like I would have done Sweden, but maybe for a less amount of days. I was there for like 5 or 6 days and I feel like I would have done it for maybe like 3 or 4 because it was very chill. We're at the point where I was kind of getting understimulated and I was like, all right, I'm ready to go home. But I mean maybe that's a good way to end your trip, in a way where you're like, I'm ready to go home now, as opposed to being like, if I ended it in EOS, I would have probably been depressed on the flight home. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I had so much fun over there. Like it's a different way of life. It definitely is. And like even like we met people who literally would work for 6 months straight and then they take 6 months leave. And like that's how they work. But my mum was saying that's why, like that was in Greece. That's why their economy isn't as like how good ours is, because we all live to work and they work to live. They just work so that they can have enough money to like take time off and have fun. But we just work and we keep building our economy, building an empire, and we just like hate our lives. And you know what? Now I understand why people like fucking move to Europe and stuff, but like, yeah, we're probably not, we wouldn't be used to having like, not that they don't have as much money, but they don't have as much money as us, obviously, because like we all fucking work our asses off. So I don't know if I'd be able to live that lifestyle. Like I would love to like live in Greece or something, and like, but like, I don't know if I'd be able to like be in that lifestyle where I can't be, like, because I'm such a consumer and fucking materialistic as I am. So like, I don't know if I'd be able to survive in a lifestyle where I can't like be like that constantly, because it would be like, it's more about just relaxing and having fun over there, as opposed to here it's very like consumerism, which has really been instilled into me. So like I'd love to break free from that and like be able to live like that, how they live. But at the moment I feel like I'm like, oh my god, if I couldn't buy like all my things, I don't know how I would survive. And I'm not saying that's the ideal way to live, but like at the moment I don't know if I'd be able to I'd be able to survive with that, you know what I mean? I also, in saying that, I do think I overpacked. I packed way too many things. Like I literally came back with like all these outfits I didn't wear, which fucking pisses me off. So I feel like if I went again, I would pack differently. I would bring more like comfy outfits as well, more thongs, because I didn't really bring a single fucking pair of thongs and I had to wear these sandals everywhere I went. But yeah, I had so much fun, guys. Like I'm really, really glad I went. I literally didn't get homesick like once. I thought I was going to, but you're just having so much fun constantly, and it was the best kind of trip for me because I need to be stimulated constantly. And like the fact that we were doing so much shit every single day, like that's why I got so bored in Sweden, because we were hardly doing stuff, and like I need to be doing stuff constantly in order to not be like, I want to go home. So yeah, but I honestly had so much fun. I definitely recommend doing it. And like you don't have to go crazy like 6 to 8 weeks like some of these people. Like I didn't want to spend that much, so like 3.5 weeks for me was literally perfect. And and it was still like, but like we didn't do like super budget. Like I didn't stay in any hostels, but it wasn't like anything extravagant. Like I don't like to spend a lot of money unless it's on fucking physical things, you guys know. So like you do spend because you're constantly like buying food and like you buy things every now and again. I think if I went back then obviously I would be a little bit smarter with my money and stuff, but like bro, like it's just like it's honestly so fun. I hope this video was in focus. I definitely recommend you to do it. Like save and go and do it. I saved for it. I had savings for it. I never really spent, you know, I've been driving the same car as I had since I was 18. Like I never really spent any big amount of money. That's why I feel like I was able to go, and it was only for 3.5 weeks. Like I know people who go and they fucking spend 20,000. I'm like, no, I'm never spending $20,000 in one holiday. Are you kidding me? I would rather never do that in my life. But yeah, I only went for 3.5 weeks. I think that was the perfect amount of time. I think I would always do that. I feel like if I was, maybe I would do 4 weeks instead, like a whole month. I could do that, yes, but I would be a bit more picky about where I go. Guys, I am literally sweating right now, so I need to go. So yeah, guys, that's all. That's my updates for now. What have I got set in? I don't fucking know what I'm doing with my life now. I have a lot of events coming up, like raves and stuff. I mean, that's not really like what my life is, but that's what it has become at the moment. That's all I really like know that I'm doing. Otherwise, like I need to like get my head screwed on about what I'm doing with my life, but that can be thought about after summer because the weather's warming up slowly but surely. Come on, Melbourne, please. I'm ready for a fun spring. I'm ready for a fun summer, and I'm ready to make some fun content. I do have a lot of inspiration of things I want to do, so hopefully I can get some good shit out for you guys. Oh, some good things out for you guys. I know that sounds a little weird. Anyways, that's my little catch up. That's everything that's been going on. Oh yeah, I did post, I did have a passing away in my family. My uncle, my dad's brother did pass away, my Uncle Bill. So we've also just been dealing with that as a family, and I did go away literally like not even a week after he passed. My dad still wanted me to go on my Europe trip. My brother was on his honeymoon. He still wanted us to go. He knew we'd all organized it. So, and I know my Uncle Bill would still have wanted me to go and have fun and do all my Malakias. And I do wish that he could have seen all my stupid things that I did and all my stupid TikToks. You guys might have seen him. He used to comment on my TikToks all the time, like silly things. But yeah, he unfortunately passed away. But so we're all just like kind of dealing with that as a family and stuff like that. But I am still glad that I went on my Europe trip. I think it was a good way to kind of cope as well, I guess. I don't know. But that's also another life update. But life goes on. And yeah, I'm really excited for what the rest of the year has to offer. But obviously it's like, okay, Europe is like the life. But now I do feel like I have the travel bug. Like before I never wanted to travel. I was like, yeah, I'm happy being at home. No, I think I'm ready to travel the world and have fun. Okay. All right. Love you guys. See you in the next video. Bye. Mwah.